second lecture time. The first one was more introductory and question time, helping you to settle in, to find your way around, especially on the online setting where our Sakai, where our UGRC 150 is conducted, just like other courses that DE students have. So if you look on my screen now, for the sake of quite a few of you who are still talking about how to get to Sakai and that and all that, it is a normal phenomenon with university education, because admissions come in and some take it, some get alternative slots somewhere, so they don't come. So later on, there are later admissions. Sometimes some have to organize themselves before they get fees and stuff like that. So residents and stuff, so they might want to travel and move from a place to when they know that they have admission. So it takes a while before everyone that must come in now comes in. So you see that the university allows for some time before end of registration. I think for DE, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first week of February or so, sometime around that. Meanwhile, we started teaching middle of January. Okay, that should tell you that that is the university system. So we understand it when people come in and it's as if something has been done. The understanding is that whatever we would have started will still be what trotting. You know, we are warming up. We haven't taken up into the sky. So you are always able to catch up. And so we like to do, okay, I like to do that. I like to go back a little and then mop up and then zoom into the next like that until hopefully everyone who is really bent on getting some university education, not someone who's like a Jessica sitting down and expecting that everything should be done for that one day to work, but anyone who sincerely is making an effort at getting some information, you see that will catch up quickly and then we'll move. So on our screen now, for the benefit of those who just don't know anything about what we call Sakai or book education and what I don't worry. If you see my screen, Sakai is the classroom online for University of Ghana. Think of it that way. So we are entering the classroom, which is in the building. Okay, that is what we are doing. And that is the building where we start teaching. We do our teaching, our lecture room. That is it. So if you go to the University of Ghana website, www.ug.edu.gh, I have a recording on that. I don't know if I shared it with you people too. If not, I could put it on your. That's what WhatsApp platforms and things would have been for, an official one, so that you are not exploited. But if not, I'll pull it and share it on the course site. Now the course site is what I'm going to show some of you who just came in. And for DE, it will be quite a number because you learn from a distance. So your admissions can take quite a number of people from different campuses and what have you. So we are minded to have a heart to entertain or cooperate with that to the extent that we can. We can't do it beyond a certain. This is the third week, so hopefully by next week we will have to work as if we are all inside now. Okay, so when you go to the UG website and you Google and say that UG website, I'm asking all of us to make it our friend, because you get information, you are always prompt, and it gives you so much. Even some of the things that we claim we are inside, we don't know. But if you go there, you get academic user fee, who is the so and so provost for this. If I say talk to your college academic, when you go there, you get that information. How many years you are doing, when will we do IAs, when will we do exams and stuff. They are all there. If you have queries about it, then you send it to the appropriate place. So that is just a word of advice. Then when you go there, you select the Sakai LMS tab at the UG website. It will bring you here. Then you log in with your details. And I won't spend too much time on it because we have done a lot on that. Those who say I just came in, don't worry. Then you log in. When you log in, it will take you to, this is the course site. It is at home. You will see your courses. Take these to be the courses that I do. Then you look for the one that is UGRC 150. And you will see UGRC 150 30. I see UGRC 151 because I do UGRC 150 for different campuses. This is a different campus. So now we are going to your campus. This you won't see plenty, you see your own. So look for UGRC 150. And dear friend who says you just landed, but what about Nase? There's no problem. You are not alone. There are about maybe 200 or so people like that. Just for today. Next week we'll get maybe 300. So nothing happens unless just be at peace. Select this, and then now you are entering into the lecture room specifically for critical thinking. If you just entered to Sakai, it would have been on home, and home is the building. But when you enter into the building, there are rooms for every lecture. So you are not going for philosophy, which I teach. Okay, level 200 philosophy will be in this room, which I've highlighted. Level 400 philosophy will be here. If there are master students, some of them will be here. What are different rooms in the building? So you find the lecture hall that they directed you to go if you were going for face-to-face lecture. That's what we are doing. So we are going to UGRC 150, 30. And so 30 is your class for this course. Then you select it. Now you have entered the room. When you enter your lecture room, there are informations here for you. Do you want to go and read the course outline for the semester for that course? Course outline means all that we want to do in the course, dear friend. So this is it. This course outline. How do you find it? For my course, what you are seeing now, we have put it at what? Overview 2. Overview means when you open it, that's what you see. So it makes it easier. But some of your lecturers put it as syllabus. I've said all that. Okay, syllabus 2 here, the second 2 here. These are called tools. So big boss, when you go to Sakai, as I've showed you with your details, select overview 2, like I've done now, and it will show you the course outline, which has we try to make it very intricate. Okay, because it's for the whole university. If it's your students in your specific course, they can come to your office and come and tell you something that, Doc, when will you do this? And you go. But you can't expect currently 12,000 students to come looking for you, to come and explain whether we'll meet tomorrow or no. How will you do that? So we use the course site a lot, and we put a lot of information in our course. My predecessor, Dr. Kwesi, was coordinating. That's that. And previous coordinators from all the way back to some 2010 or so, 2013, myself and a certain team were coordinating because it's team taught. Have an understanding of the course so that you see why sometimes it's like you don't get, why is it that they want to? It's a big course, the whole university, and yet department, we are now college, all colleges, all departments do it. That's the reason. So use the course site. This is our contract with the student. They can't tell me that when I came to Madam's office, she wasn't there. I'll tell you, did you look at the announcement? And so let's help ourselves that way. All right. So if you come here, which is the course site, you will see everything, whether we are teaching fully online. When can I meet the lecturer or the coordinator? Why coordinator? Why not the lecturer? The coordinator is not an administrative role for this one. The person is a lecturer. Myself, teaching other courses, but because the course is co-taught, several people are teaching. Look here, currently we are 3 doing it. Main campus, we are 8 teaching it. Sometimes we are 12 or 10 because of the numbers. Okay, so one of the lecturers must act as the one who is organizing things around it. Otherwise, there will be scattering. Scattered, you see. That's what this coordinator title is. Not the coordinators that perhaps you may have at your places there who are doing an administrative work, like secretary or something in the office. No. So these are lecturers. So when people address them, sometimes you can tell from the way they are speaking that they don't know. They think they are speaking with. Of course, we must respect everybody. But why is it that the Sakai thing, people are not doing it? Hey, then you will go to Sakai people. If you are asking someone, you want to do it. Anyway, so this is it. Then tutors demanded by distance education. They want it to have more tutorial sessions like we are having now so that people can interact. You don't want distance education teaching to be another lecturer, student, latte kind of teaching where people can't have what collegial interaction. Okay, so we have more tutors this time around. If you look at our attendance, we have quite a number. So Sir Peter Ajay Jr. was the one who came the last time. I know him personally. He was in the department with us at philosophy. So this course is his baby, like all the others. Edwin, Ezra, I know all of them. It's the sign. Everyone here seasoned. Some are MPhils, some are PhDs, some are PhDs in the making. That's why their titles are not there. So we have people that are trained to do it with you. So you want to be minded. When someone stands at the corner there and say, come for classes here, come and do this, it confuses you. That is my heartbeat. And sometimes you unnecessarily become stressed. So if you have this information here, then you know where to go to. And I applaud one lady, I didn't keep the name, who kept giving prompts. You can tell that this person can be a serious minister for Ghana. She says, I saw this here. I'm not sure if this thing is coming. Can you confirm? And I'm also relatively quite prompt on emails. So I could see them immediately. And we're able to, I believe, put a formal stop to some of these illegalities that have gone on so much. Discrediting, the distance education training. But it's a serious academic training that will help a lot of us out there to get our own degree without having to stop work or having to stop taking care of our children and our home and stuff like that. So you have to protect it and keep the integrity of the distance degrees that we give tight. Keep it tight. That is why we shouldn't. If you don't speak she or fancy, I'm just saying you shouldn't make it look like, oh, this one, did you go to this time? Oh, this time's for that. No, it's a serious thing. You earned it. So let's help ourselves maintain it that way. Not that anybody can come in because it's distancing. They are conducting their own lectures. What is that? It's not good for you, the student, not for us, the lecturers. So I try respectfully to put a stop to anybody that is presenting themselves as we want to come and help you. Because if you want to conduct extra classes or something with people that you are benevolent enough to help to do, why do you present it as a class? You just 150 classes or tutorials at City Campus or at so and so place. Why? Then you disorient people so people can move from Tamale thinking that they have been asked to come and do in-person exam at main campus. Because the course is university-wide. So main campus, City Campus, distance, all our affiliates, do it. If I notice it's going to an affiliate group, the way they do it face-to-face, then you go and tell the Tamale people, then they are stressed, hyper. Because they are not coming to the course site and they don't know who to ask. So I've explained all that so that people will understand that you can't enter a physical lecture hall to ask anyone anything. But this is where you will come to and get the correct, authentic information for the group. And I put my details there. In the past, you would have seen my phone number, you see, but I've taken it off because people abuse it. But if you are very circumspect, you will get it because sometimes they are on some of my slides. There's nothing to hide, so they are there. All right. So say you get every information here. Come here. You will know that we have 11 weeks. The course is fully online, no in person. If there's in person, we will tell you here. For some reason, we want to do. We will tell you here. Not someone standing there who says that, oh, critical thinking class, be a few critical about a be then 5 city, 10 city, 20. What is this? Then your degree that you have earned. What if someone stands and tells you, Madam says, or the doctor says, if you buy the book, 20 cities, 30 cities, whatever, you will get A. Then he will dupe 3,000 students. Now you didn't get the A, or you got it. The one who got it says, oh, it was because I bought the book. Meanwhile, the lecturer knows nothing about it. Please, you understand me. So that is where I am coming from. All right, that's the information there. Assessment and grading, all information from it. Big boss who just came, see, is there. So yours is to go and read it. Because in the first session, I used a lot of time to explain. Here we are through all this. Okay, that's course outline. That's course outline. Then we go to announcement. You will see all the announcements. See, for you people, they are all there. Some of the questions people are raising their hands to ask. If you go to your announcement tool, it is there clearly with information on it, on information given to you, official. Because it's a lecturer's thing and project, and I'm the coordinator. The coordinator does some other extra things that maybe even the other lecturers won't do. So you see that this announcement, for example, see this, it is directed to group 2 pair. Only group 2 people will receive it. This announcement goes to your email as well. So if it is active, thank God, you see it. If not, find it. Get it done. Or every morning, come and check so that you know it. Okay, so that's the announcement to Big Boss. Don't feel hyper. Nothing is important. On the same tool, now we are going to start. Let me show you the email to you. We need it very well. That's the email too, not the email
Hello,
archive.
madam. Hello,
I'm coming on.
Hello,
Yes, please. Is there a question?
Please, yes,
yes,
please.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Please, this parent lecture we are having, its link wasn't on the announcement too.
If please, my lady, let me finish. Okay, be at peace.
Okay,
let me finish. All right. My dear friend, who the first person, the person who said this is his first time. See, this tool I have highlighted. It's called the email tool, not the email archive. The email archive is different, where we archive information. Okay, but this is the email itself. This is the tool. If you select it, I showed you people the last time, virtually use it. Anyway, it's helpful to a lot of people. You want to send an email to maybe some group members or what have you. I use some good time to explain that. You will come to the email to select roles. When you come there, select the roles. There's a role for instructors. That is for those who are lecturers, the lecturers or people that must instruct. They must have a certain permission to do certain things on the site. Okay, that's the instructor rule. This one, if you select it, to show you the specific instructor you are looking for. Okay, this one, I am on. So you see that my name is not, I'm the one talking. So I can talk to all these other instructors. If it is not instructor that I'm trying to send an email to, I told you that if it is to me or to Dr. Morgan, Mr. Okansi, who have you, what have you, you will select the person, because we won't give you the person's email, but the email is in the system. That is how it is. Then you select it. The message will go directly to whoever wanted to go among the lecturers on the site or the instructors on this. If it's a student, you select this and look for that student and send it. If it's to a teaching assistant, you do the same thing. Okay, then you can now come and type your message here and send it. You are done. That's for emailing. Now, what else is important here before I go ahead? This is the site info, the information on the site. This is a lecturer's view. You see, I'm a lecturer. So let us view it as if you were a student. If you come to site info, your site info, this is what you will see. When you go there, down here, auntie and brothers, groups you can join. As a student, these are the groups. See, they come with the time. I've said all this. Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 5, group 4. Look at the time that group is meeting. This Saturday, 3:30 or Saturday, all this. Okay. You check your timetable. Oh, this time will favor me. The lecturer's name is there because we can't do kwani with you. You are not children, both in age and in personality and where you are. University is not for babies. So we have to respect you. So you know that this group, if I choose the lecturer I'm going to meet, is called Dr. Stephen Morgan. That's why the day I couldn't, I had to tell you, when I say I couldn't come, when it was the tutor's turn to come, I announced to the class. So you don't enter the class, you're expecting to meet a woman to engage you. Then the person will say, hello, good morning. It's very annoying and disrespectful of us if we did that. So I sent you a notice. And we won't do that all the time. If we issue the disclaimer from start, we tell you from the beginning that this is how the course will be conducted. Sometimes it is the lecturer that will come, sometimes the tutor. These are the tutor's details. If week 1 will be lecturers and week 2 will be lecturers, the next 3 weeks will be. I said all that. So you come and you know, and we are treating you as what? University students. Now, my dear folks, if you pick and you think that you want to do group so and so, we have put a cap. I had to come and extend the caps because the students on the site are many. The cap means I don't want to exceed maybe 300 people. But we realize that the people that have been signed into the course are many. We don't do admissions. It's the university that does it, gets people into the course. You see. So we have seen that the people are many. That is how come we have increased the caps to 600 each. You see, these are the groups. Then you just select this and join. Everybody must be in a group, one group, not 2. You see, so that if we finish and we totaled these numbers that have signed, this is 247 people have signed into the group for so and so. The expectation is to have at least 600. If we have 600 in Kwan for the 5 sessions, we'll catch the target of 3,000. So then you join here. Be in only one group, but you can attend the sessions that fit your time consistently. You can always get that information. Okay, then to Madam's concern. All right, let me see. The grade book I showed you, assignment tool is here. When I open assignment this week, God willing, this is where you will come to. And if I said we are doing tests or quiz, this is where you will come to. And if I said I've opened a forum or a discussion where you should go and contribute and earn a mark, this is where you will come to. All the courses you are doing, which are online, will tell you what I'm telling you, but the lecturer is not assigned to come and educate you on this. But if you also want the student to do it, see how much time, don't worry at all. It's important. You have to let the student know that to help him or her now concentrate on what the content. So see, this is where it will be. I will open assessment this week and make it due. Due means the time you should finish doing it next week. I hope that from the representation on the site, we wouldn't expect that we are now waiting for more people to come in. But when you come and they've done assignment already and everything, you'll be discouraged and stressed. But if not, then I'll open this week per the contract we are giving you on our course outline. Week 3, open assignment. That's what we told you. Okay, if I do, don't say the assignment 2 because I can't. I mean, if you are at the home, you won't see this. You have to go to the lecture room, which is what I've showed you. Enter the Sakai, then find the course that you want to do assignment in and select it. If it's another course, go to that course. That's where you see the assignment 2. Okay, then that is the discussion 2. Okay, now to Madam's question, she said the links. Please go to resource 2. Every course gives you resources. Resources, slides, recorded lectures. If they want to share with you the links, they can put it here. They can just share the link by announcement. I just showed you announcement. Announcement, the one that keeps going down, just like our messages. So the latest announcement will be on top. So when you come, you want to see all announcements. You have to read from down all the way up. That's how you read it. Now the resource tool is this, and that is where we'll start revising our unit 1 into unit 2, and then somewhere into unit 3. Not rushing, but not trailing either. So everybody will be minded. If you go to your resource 2, even you see that I'm still at student view. So I have not exited yet. So I'm viewing it as you will see, not me, not the lecture. Even you, the student, this is what you should see. You see, this is from Alaji. You see, these people, I said these are administrators on the site to help us. They want to create the thing to sessions for easy access. I don't know if that has been done. I think the last time I checked, it has not been done. But I have put them there, see. So it starts from here. This is my name, Nancy Miles Bafo Jemfi. I am there since January 12. Before we started, I put content in there for you. This is 2023 UGRC 150 distance education, first semester, SEM 1, lecture 3 PDF. That's not what we are going to do now. So we move on. This is unit 10. That's the last lecture. The slides for it. Look at this one. Like you have to read respectfully. Read, oh, and that's how they are selling you guys. You don't know. It is there. Okay. Unit 6. Ante, who asked the question? DE meeting links 2023 first semester. Meeting links. The links that you use for every meeting is there. Then the rest is Alaji Yusuf. I will check with him. Okay, so we have put additional content there. I think that can also be one of the reasons that perhaps people are confused. So, keep it muted, please. Your feedback is coming, I beg you. Okay, so there are so many. If you think that there's so many slides are disturbing you, okay, because I have posted some, the administrator, they also have to work. I mean, it's a DE thing, so they have to work in a setting, so they are putting something there. Don't worry. Just look at my name. This is my name. It helps you to see it. So we are doing lecture 1, the one that Dr. Miles has posted. DE PDF lecture 1, SEM 1. You are done. You click on it. So, madam, if you weren't here earlier, don't worry. This is lecture 1. If I click on this, now you are not seeing because it's opening somewhere else. I want you to see what you would see if you did. And I'm sure more than, now we are 663, more than 500 people may know what I'm saying, which is fine. Don't worry at all. There are things you will know, others will wait for you and catch up. And then you use it as revision. So I want to show you what you will see if you clicked on the resource that you chose over there. If you clicked on it, the resource tool will help you. So look for lecture 1, lecture 2, lecture 3. If it is confusing because your school has included the ones that we sent to them at previous years old, which are all fine, it's good. It's fine to meet certain demands. Okay. Look out for the ones that I have put there. Just a minute.
Madam,
and then look for, yes, a minute. Yes, go ahead.
Please, can you take me back to the tool that you...
It's resource tool. It's resource tool. Resource. So on the tools, look for the one that is named resource. And I'm even talking to Madam who's looking for the meeting list. I'll go back there, okay, and show her the meeting list when I open it. But here I want to show you what I opened when I opened lecture 1. And I'm saying that now you have about 2 lecture ones there. The one coming from the administrator who is picking to fill for us. He's working for you people administratively. So he's working, his own is there, plenty, empty folders, you can see there. Then you see some that have filled. So it will be very confusing. Look for my name that has the lecture 1. It's my content that I put there for.
Hello,
you look for my name with the lecture 2, my name with lecture 3, and you work fine. Okay.
Doctor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Doctor,
Go ahead.
Please. Yeah, my screen went off by Cascam, but please, which tool did you click and like the groups, the groups, which
site info
tool did you click the groups to site info? Okay, site thank
info
you.
For the groups, the announcement tool for announcement, overview tool for the course outline. These are all important, so look at them. Then right now we have the resource tool, resource. That's where you see the slides and everything. So
Liz, what about the poll?
We will not use it. If I wanted to check those who are online or something right now, I can say, okay, like it is for us to taking a poll account. I could say all those who think there are 2 types of definitions. Go to Sakai right now and say yes. Then they will vote. So some will say yes, some will say no. They use it to calculate, or if you wanted to vote for classroom officially, okay, we'll say everybody go there. So there's a lot that's there for the 2 that are not for us, our purposes. Let me quickly move on now. So here it is on the slide. There you get Madam, who says that you are not seeing the links? This course, I've told you, because of the numbers, we don't want them to be dependent on today. Please, you haven't shared the meeting links. You should have. So let me show you how you should engage. You see the number of people who are here, 600 and something. So it cannot be that people didn't know. I didn't send any reminder. I didn't say anything, but people are serious. And because of how we are engaging, if you are following, you see that you have a seamless, interaction time. You enjoy the time together at your own pace, and you will still make the grade you are looking for. That's how it should be. It's an organized setting. So Auntie, I'm showing you what you should do if you want the links, even if you couldn't come for today's session. The same resource too. I'm still there, big boss. I'm at resource too. So we are going down again. I want you to see the meeting links that I showed Madam earlier. Here is it. I think that because of the several names that are there, this can be normally it should just be maybe the 10 slides. You would have seen only mine, but you see that these are mine. But then this Alhaji Yusuf Amadou, who is a Sakai boss. I think he's helping the DE folks on the site, and these are mine as well. So you should go through and find. But here's the meeting link, and then I think we should really get off. It's too much time there, but don't worry. Auntie Madam, see the meeting links. Yes, yeah, here are the meeting links. Okay, so when I select that, it will open to the meeting. I don't know if you see the download. Do you see the download thing that has come on my screen? Please, you see it? Okay, let me open it for you.
Hello.
Please keep your microphone muted. Let me show you something. Then we can continue. I can take your queries. So on that screen, when you select meeting links, this is what you will see. I want to share it with you quickly. You see all the links there. That's all I want to show you. Every link will be there. Yeah. So let me show you quickly, and then after this, I don't think anyone will say, oh, we didn't know our way around. That's why. And nobody was this. Don't worry about what someone should have done. The lecturer has taken it upon herself to do that work also. Look on the screen. When you select the meeting links and you click on it, it will open the document. This is, look up here, please, respectfully. This is Dr. Nancy Miles Jimfi. My name, yours truly. Saturday, 8 to 10. Give me a larger tab. Saturday, 8 to 10. Then 10 to 10:30. 10:30 to 12:30. That's also mine. Then Sunday, 3:30 to 5:30. Then I've indicated that this is DE groups 1, 2, and 5 for this person. This is the link. It is there. If you want to go to Dr. Morgan's group, he could do only one slot, 2 months to do for main campus. Saturday, 3:30 to 5:30. DE group 3. You see, this is link. And then the same for Mr. Okansi. What should you do if you want to attend at that time? Copy the link. Listen, people will be asking for passwords. Copy, highlight it, copy everything to the end. Copy it back, and then open a browser. Don't go and use Google Teams or school. So browser just means as if you're going to search for something on Google. Go into the browser and paste it there and hit the enter button. It will enter into the class straight. If it is a time for the class and the lecturer has opened the classroom, you will enter. Sometimes she has opened the main door, but you are in the lobby, like this morning, because we want to gather quite a number before you open it, you all come. And that is the links are here. So it is the responsibility of the student to go there and pull it, or if you pull it, you put it down. Unless I send a notice or someone else, another colleague sends a message that this week this link is busy, or doc is attending to another need, which is equally important and maybe more pressing. So she's not attending this week. So Dr. Simesi will come. Dr. Simesi cannot come and use doc's link because I have logged it. It is my link. So he wants to use his. So he has sent the, that is what announcement 2 will do. I'm done. Any questions, please?
Hello, yes, please. Hello.
I'm listening, madam. And I'm quickly starting.
Madam, please. My critical thinking is not showing on my courses, so I'm not in any group now.
My lady, please, that is your college academic officer's task, okay? They have to make sure that you are on the site. And I think we dealt with quite a lot of that last week and the week before. Okay, so address it to them.
Yeah, I've been telling them.
Yes, you should do that.
And they are aware. I've been telling them.
Your lecturers can't
I've been telling them always.
Please tell them to do it, okay? And patiently wait. It will be done. Or follow up a bit more. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello.
Now,
thank you.
No, please, respectfully, I respect everyone, but let's start now, okay? I think that a substantive amount of time has been used to help you get your way around. Now we should look at content, okay? Otherwise, those who have content issues, who have resolved all these things, wouldn't have benefited much. Why? Then let's start. I'll mop up again with questions when we are done, so that those who have to go somewhere else. Please keep your mic muted, otherwise I'll disable it. When I disable it, you can't unmute. Yes, I don't want to do that. Okay. Now we can mop up our unit 1. So after you went through, what is the unit 1? I want to get unit 1 quickly for us. Okay. We went through what critical thinking is, how critical thinking is done, what skills you will develop. That is what I'm projecting now. So please look on the screen. When we knew, these are my details, okay, so I can move on. I took you through introduction. I took you through the working definition. The recording is there. I've shared it on the site, I think, so you can engage it a bit more if you want to. Not if you want to, you should. All these, I talked about them. I showed why it is topic neutral, what you will benefit, the skills you will develop if you did critical thinking, why sentences and statements are not necessarily the same. You should say what you want to say and mean it. Then we started with topic 1. Everyone patiently look, you are going to do assessment 1, and your interim assessment will be on the first 5 weeks. So that is why I'm not worried. This is like revision for whoever thinks he's okay with it. Interrogatives, they ask questions, and so they cannot be true or false, so they don't have a true value. The same for imperatives. Imperatives tell you to do, we went through all that, or you can, imperatives can ask you to do. So telling you to do be direct, but asking you to do will be indirect. Could you? Meanwhile, the intention is still for you to perform an action. So it's an imperative, explicitly imperative, explicitly interrogative, implicitly imperative is what you will call the example 4. We went through all that. They all don't have a truth value until this. It is declarative that have a truth value, okay? They can be either true or false. And we saw 3 types of them, declaratives. Later. Sentence fragment is incomplete sentence. You know that, an emotive expression. Please make an effort at engaging the slides, okay, yourself, so that some of the things that are technical is what we commit more time to help you understand. So factual statements, value judgments, and definitions are what? Types of statements, or types of declarations. They are types of linguistic expressions that convey information. Then they say, well, I just disabled your mic. I didn't intend to, but if I don't do that, we won't make progress. So I have disabled your mic. You won't be able to unmute, so don't attempt to do it. Don't waste your time. Why? On your mute, it won't unmute. No. Let's continue. So on your screen, you see factual statements. Factual statement is a declaration, it's also a statement. But what is the difference between factual statement, if you like, and value judgment? A factual statement describes, it's talking about something that is true or false, but the truth or falsity is objective. It doesn't depend on the subject that is speaking. It's not my point of view matter. So if I say, or as you see on the screen, Amma is a girl, it's not a point of view matter. But if I say Amma is a beautiful girl, beautiful day, it is a point of view matter. Okay, so we went through that, I'm sure, and had quite a number of examples to show that. Look on your screen. It is wrong to talk back at your supervisor. Wrong, good, bad, beautiful are the ones that when you introduce into a declarative, into a statement, it makes them value judgment, because your point of view that you are showing. What you think is wrong for another person, it is not wrong. And someone will say, oh, but dog, this one, then no one should disagree. After all, you shouldn't talk back at your supervisor. The point is, it depends. It depends. So it is a point of view matter when you use wrong. This is a good guy. This is a sister who say, oh, the guy that I'm with now, dear, oh yeah, pal, so good. Well, as the lady that left him, well, look, you are the one. I've disabled your mic. Okay, don't try to unmute it. It won't unmute. Okay, the point is, well, ask the sister that left that brother. Babna Ado, should I unmute it? Should I mute you? Please close quickly. Close it. Select your microphone again, otherwise I'll disable you. I beg you. I want a quiet background. I said that I think that yours, even though it's on, it's not noisy. So maybe I shouldn't bother you. Maybe I shouldn't bother you. You have a very quiet background, so I shouldn't bother you. My point that I'm making is that if it is a value judgment, it is a point of view matter. Now, if that is clear for us, then Kezia, I don't want any background noise. Otherwise, I'll be forced, please, to disable your mic. So this is a value judgment, and there can be two types. Value judgment, that is a moral issue, and then value judgment, that is not a moral issue. It is wrong to abort children. Because I used wrong, that's what I mean when you put the abortion is evil. It is a value judgment. Evil, good, bad, wrong. These things are value terms. It's not just adjectives, because tall and short are also adjectives, but they are not values. If I say Nanado is taller than JDM, we know them. That would be false. I'm using an adjective, and taller, but that is a factual term. It's something that we can observe with our five senses to establish, okay? If I say Nanado is more handsome than JDM, that's problematic. Why? Because it will be a viewpoint. It depends on whose view we are looking at and stuff like that. We went through them, and you can go through them a bit more in your region. So here we are. Those ones are not value matters. But if I say abortion is evil, that is a value judgment, which is what? A moral issue. That's why we call it moral value judgment. But look at the no moral. I say, oh, right. My phone has I want to bring you the recording on. That's why I'm doing that. If it's noisy, when you play back, that issue. Because me, I'm not going to write it. I'm not going to write it. The true is Abigail and Moses. Abigail Atola, Moses, Abamura. Please mute them. Mute your microphones. Okay. so that the background is
Kindly
clear.
mute all of us so that when it is question time, you unmute us.
So when I mute, or what happens is that sometimes it is a pressing issue. I keep telling you that. Then I could have done a monologue. I could have done a recording. Then when they say it's time for critical, I come, then I play it. You see, it's a mature class. The people should have that consciousness. That's all we have. It's part of the grooming. Otherwise, we should just record it and give it to you. Set it, end of the 11 weeks, there you come. That is even, I can do it with ease, but it's an interaction. Otherwise, you lose out, the class loses out on the interactive bit. That is why sometimes people think online teaching is not, you see, it has to be interactive, just like we would have done in class, okay? So it is discipline. People should be disciplined. And then sometimes people just don't know. So if I keep emphasizing, and you keep doing, that is where it becomes a problem. Otherwise, we will not have a live session. Wow. Big boss, so understand me. If I mute everyone, then like Nkolama, come watch them, why should I do that to you? Okay. Once in a while, I mute all the person will unmute. Thank you to say. Thank you for the input. But the truth is, we should feel responsible for each other. I wanted to applaud the lady that was speaking earlier when I came, but I think that maybe she wants to keep herself discreet. I'm here, I mute all. There's a tab to mute all, but I don't want to disable your mic. And it's not respectful, I think. Okay. All right, I think we should move on. Yeah, almost 700. Wow. Look on the screen. Okay. So non-moral value judgment. He's a good boxer. I'm using good, so it's a value judgment. But it is not a moral issue, like life and death. It's not morality. What they think about it. It's not a moral issue. I have a good screen. My phone has a good screen. These are non-moral. So if I ask you to write down an example of a non-moral value judgment in the space provided below, explain why it is non-moral, and then rewrite it to read as a moral value judgment. And the mark by it is 5 marks. You should be able to do it with vim. Okay. Then we are now on definitions. And the definition gives meaning to an unknown word. That's all. If you have a definition, it means you are giving meaning to an unknown word. Okay. So
Doc, please, your screen is not sharing.
Oh. What are you seeing? Do you see definition, sir?
Yes,
Nope.
Yeah.
Yes, please, madam, we can see definition.
Yes, please. So let's this is the one we cannot see.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can see. Thank you all very much. I've muted everyone again. Please, if you can see, touch your gadget. Touch the screen a little, but don't touch the microphone so that you go on and mute it. Okay. Sometimes when it sits for a while, yes, then it goes off. But the screen is showing. I'm on definitions now. Okay. So when you have a definition, the state that you are trying to give meaning to a word. A bachelor is an unmarried adult male. Look on my screen now. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. An even number is any number that divides to equally without a remainder. All these are showing you definitions. They are showing you how to use the word bachelor. Because if you don't know the meaning of the word, then you cannot use it correctly. So definition gives meaning, but they are also declaratives, or if you like, statements or propositions or assertions. Okay, then we come to this. So the definitions have two parts. The unknown word, which you are trying to give meaning to, is what we call the definiendum. Then the part that gives the meaning, look on my screen, is the word definiens. The is the copula. The is the thing that marries the two parts together. So a bachelor is an unmarried adult male. The is the copula, the one that marries the two parts. Okay, so definiendum, copula, definiens. Those are the parts of a definition. Always remember that. So if I say today is Friday, that is not a definition. There is today, there is is, and then there is Friday. But the is here is not marrying the two parts. No. If I say today is Friday, I'm describing a fact that can be true or false. So factual statements can be true or false, just like value judgment, just like definitions. When we say it is factual, it doesn't mean it is true to my brothers and sisters in the Lord. It only means it has objective truth. So we can agree on it by observation. Just like we said, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our very respected president, is, if I had said he's shorter than our ex-president, very respected John Dramani Mahama. That is true, factually. You see, factually. So I may be MPP, women's organizer, who is the whatever you think defines the one who's the closest to the president. I can still agree. I can say because I'm MPP, all of a sudden, Nana Addo is not shorter than JDM. No, it's a factual matter. You get it? It's a matter of fact. I may have all the whatever I have either for or against the person I'm talking about, but taller than it's an objective matter. So it's factual, but it can be factually true or factually false. So if I had said Nana Addo is taller than JDM, then even the closest person to Nana Addo, his missus will say, oh, that is true. You see, it doesn't mean that when he says she has betrayed her, it's a factual matter. So I said she can say it's true. I said Nana Addo is taller than. We will all agree that that is what false. So factual statement doesn't mean that statement is true. It just means we are able to determine the truth objectively. So it is not my point of view. It is a point of view that is object-based. You look on the object, not the subject speaking. The opposite of that is value judgment. So the person who wanted clarification on that, I've just done that. Maybe you didn't ask or you couldn't ask. And then on your screen, you see the difference between statement and sentence. When I project it, it's intentional. There are things sometimes you can't say everything in the slides. Hey, 703, you've done well. I appreciate that. I pray that you do well. If all these 703 people get A, say you, I can't, in addition to all the other 703 people in other places too. That's fine. We'll like it. Okay. So sometimes I project, so you'll be looking at that and still be listening to what I'm saying. Okay. Statement, sentence. These two are not the same when we are talking logic. What we are doing is logic. Critical thinking and practical reasoning is critical. There's logic in it. We are not doing English. I don't know what the English person will say, but in logic or critical thinking, a sentence is not the same as a statement. I suppose that maybe that would be true also in English. Okay, a sentence is not the same as a statement, even though every statement is a sentence. Think of man or a human being. Okay, a human being is not the same as man. So a sentence is not the same as what? Statement. Because there are other human beings that are not men. These other human beings are called women. Okay. And so here again, there are other other sentences that are not statement. So what are those ones? Requests, imperative, what we have studied and reminded ourselves of earlier, right now. It's not far away. So whether you came only a minute ago or not, you heard me. That's what I'm referencing. Okay. So that you build your confidence. Don't say, oh, I didn't go foolish. I didn't go. No, I just said it right now. I showed you imperative, the one that tells you to do or sometimes asks you to do. And then the earlier one, interrogative, which asks questions. Those two are also sentences because they are a collection of words put together that carry a complete thought. That's what makes any expression a sentence, logically speaking. So stand up is also a sentence because it makes meaning. It carries a complete thought. That's why you stand when you hear me. Sit down. Where is your mother? Where is your mother is a question. But when I say where is your mother, you don't say true. How old are you? You don't say false. If I say, what a day. You don't say true or false. You see that those things. So it is only statement, which is a special type of sentence. I will ask you this. That's why I'm using a lot of energy. My student, you say, look, when you want to give us support there, sometimes you put emphasis. You say, I will ask. Yes, I will ask you. So listen. It is only statement, the one to your right, which is a special type of sentence that has a truth value. That simply means it is only statement that can be either true or false. So if I say today is Friday, that is what you can respond to. Oh, true. It is true. Today is Saturday. oh, it is not true. So today is Saturday, right? So when I say today is Friday, that will be false. But when I say today is Saturday, that is true. So the two expressions I just gave you, today is Friday and today is Saturday, are statements. They are stating something that can be either true or false. That is the vice chancellor. That can be either true or false. Nana is a graduate on my screen now. That can be either true or false. So there are special types of sentences. We type statements. But there are other types of sentences too, which are not statements. Which ones are that? Look down there. Sit up. It's an imperative. Why are you crying? It's looking for information. Interrogative. They are also sentences, but they are not stating. So if you have a statement, it will be called a type of sentence. So a statement is a sentence. But not all sentences are statements. Finito. A man is a human being, but not all men, not all human beings are men. I hope you get it. When we start modus ponens, we'll apply the same principle at Unit 6. And God will give us grace. So understand it now. The subset is not the universal set. So statement is a subset of what? The big set called sentence. Inside the big set of sentences, there is statement, imperative, interrogative, and so on and so forth. They are all inside the big set of sentences. That is why you can say that every sentence, the bigger matter, is a statement. No. Just as you can say every human being is a man. You can't say that. But you can say that every man is a human being, which means you can say that every statement is a sentence. Very good. You should be able to do what I have done, and even better by the grace of God. If I asked you this, for you to give illustrations to show that in logic or in critical thinking, statements may be sentences, but not all sentences are statements. For a 2-mark or 3-mark point, don't sit there and say, I heard that critical thinking. The woman, she's good, pal, but I tell you, no, that's what I've done. And that is the end of our lecture 1. Any question? When I say at the end of our lecture, it's not like we did it only today. This is 3 weeks ago. But you see that I've revised it again. Just that I didn't spend too much time only on this. I just touched on them to help you revise. Then we can now move. If there is no question on lecture 1, I presume there wouldn't be. So we will move on to lecture 2, which Peter, my able tutor, took you through. So I'll share the slides for that. And then since someone may want to drink water for 2 minutes, I will take 2-minute questions. And then you can attend to your children who are jumping on your things that you have dried outside there and come back. So I want to take 2 questions. And then we'll go to a revision of Unit 2. Yes, that's Unit 3. Who is speaking, please? Because I wanted to go by the hands listed. But if it is that person, please ask. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Go, please.
Please.
Let me take the gentleman. I'll take the lady. I beg you. Please, my dear sister, let's take the brother. Maria, I'll take you. Okay. Go ahead, sir. Please, the gentleman who wants to speak. Go ahead.
This dog, are we supposed
Yes,
to do critical thinking and academic writing this semester?
It will depend on which course you are doing. So address that question to your coordinator. It is colleges that decide on. I know, for instance, that College of Health Science, they do both critical thinking and academic writing in the first semester. And then the second semester, they attend to their own college requirements also there. But if you ask for the University of Ghana's thinking, generally, it is to do one of the UGRCs per semester, okay? So UGRC 150 in first semester for the main campus student. Then the second semester, the student could go and do academic writing, okay? Or a student may choose to do academic writing first semester and do critical thinking second semester. Either way, you have to do both. But I know that certain colleges or campuses for organization, like City Campus, for example, I told you previously, they will do academic writing first sem, then critical thinking second sem. And it is just because they have to organize payment and what have you. If you do it twice in the semester, the lecturers will come, you will pay them. And it is a private, if like think of it as privately managed. So they have to check their resources and put it so that it will be rounded. So I won't be able to say straightforwardly for you. Okay, you will have to find out from your college academic officer. Okay, let me take the lady, then I'll just that, then we'll move on. Let's work that way. Okay. Nana, I hope you are sorted. My lady, it wasn't another. Go ahead. Fast, so that we move on to topic 2. Quick. The revision of topic 2.
Hello.
Please go
Hello.
ahead. It was a lady. Oh, it was a lady. Otherwise, I won't.
Okay.
Can I ask my
Please.
question?
Okay, let's go
Okay,
to
please, my question. I don't know if you can hear me.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey.
My question
Yes.
is about the moral and the
Hey, then you know what? If we have so many questions, I already see 18 hands up. Don't worry, listen. And we are 716. So even if there are 100 questions, you can imagine. It can take the whole thing. So let me finish the next revision too, and let's see. Maybe by the time we finish, the question you had would have either softened down or would have gone away. If it is still there, I've showed you how to get redress for it. You can send an email. And an email, don't let it scare you. I check my emails like something. People know those who send me someone 34 messages in and out. Sometimes I get angry, I say, Masa, you wash out please, how should I wash my hands? They will all laugh, So I can respond if it's that pressing. Some too, if you do what you have been asked to do, you see that is there. The answer is there. Okay. So let us do some more work and then we can take questions.
Yeah,
All right.
Doc, please, Doc, sorry.
I'm listening.
Please, this is Preston. Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry to worry you, but
don't worry. Go ahead.
Since we began, my name is Ato Gate.
Yes, I'm Uncle Ato. Go ahead.
Yes, please. Since we began, I think a few of my colleagues are still in the lobby, so I'm wondering if there is a way to get them.
Lobby.
Oh,
don't worry,
okay.
There's no one in the lobby. It doesn't show here.
Okay.
Then the people may be using a different link. You see how I showed you to copy, because there are 719 of us here. And the lobby will show if they are here on my screen.
Wonderful.
There's nobody in the lobby. When I see anyone in the lobby, people shouldn't be in the lobby if they did it right. But even if I see them there, I admit them all. I'm doing about 4 things on the screen. Admit it. So currently there's no one in the lobby. Tell them that, or you can show them what I've just said. You should copy the whole link and paste in a browser. They will get it. Okay. If it is stressing them, they get out and come in again. You should have a good internet and they will do fine. All right. Thank you for the prompt. You're welcome. So I want to quickly
hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Doc, please. I don't understand the value judgment.
The what? The college academic office. Sister, the value judgment. Oh, if I say, sister, please, what's your name? Let me use you as an example. Sometimes it helps. Go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Valerie.
Valerie. Valerie. Let's say you and I are fighting over a brother. Okay. And the brother has left me and come for you. And the thing is paining me. Then that morning, they are doing a competition and they ask, let's say the guy is called Kofi. They ask him, is Kofi handsome? No, Kofi. And someone says Kofi is handsome than Kwame. Some other guy do it, excuse me, respectfully, with some mugu face, So he said Kofi is more handsome. I want you to understand, okay? I don't disrespect anyone, okay? So don't get me. Some of us are fearfully made and others are wonderfully made. That's what I was saying. So let's say you and I are sitting there. Remember the story. Now no one's saying you are sitting there, I'm also sitting there. And they are there on the screen. They say Kofi is more handsome than Kwame. True or false? They are asking us. The guy has left me. I didn't actually you person make us true, sister. I'll say it's false. You see? And you will say true because the point I'm making is the people there cannot insist that what I have said is not correct or what you have said. What they can say is, well, this is her view about him because I'm using handsome. Handsome is not something that when we all look at them, we should see. Hey, have you seen some brother be some rascal brother be that a sister is dying over? You see that? You think about it, I don't understand what at all will make this girl do this. Sometimes to some sister be with some macho face be or something. I want you to understand. But the guy says she the big, okay, my girl the big, okay. And when you look at the person's picture on your phone, you don't see beautiful. But this guy says, look at her. You know, she says she the big. And you look and look and look, you are not seeing beauty. Because the concept beauty, if I introduce beauty, beauty is not objective. If I say it is raining at Legon, true or false? If we step out in our room on Legon campus, we will see whether it's raining or it's not raining. So if we look and it is raining, what I said is true. If we look and it's not raining, what I said is false. There is no contention over that because raining there, you can't have your own view of what it means to be raining. You are driving, the traffic light shows red. You see me, I think red, I think it's green. So it says red. Stop.
Hello, madam.
You say that means green. So you are driving on. Will you survive? Then you will be killed because someone has seen properly. So the point is, there are objectives. I use the Nanado thing, our president, because that one we know how the temperatures are high in Ghana here in politics. How people can see something that is wrong and yet they will say, oh, for political expediency, whether for or against government, they will say it is good. We know how the temperature is. So I'm saying that even in such a temperature, if I said Nana is taller than JDM, and I asked the most, closest person to Nana, he will say, oh, I know dear, taller than Pa, dear. No, it's not true. Do you know why? It's not that if you say it's not true, because it's a factual matter. Observation will tell us. But if I said Nana is more wicked than JDM, true or false, you will see the controversy in Ghana. Some will say true, some will say false, because wicked is not something you see or hear or touch or taste. It's something you interpret a situation that way. The wicked driver. Look at how this disrespectful woman talked to the man. Let's say two people are fighting, a man and woman maybe. One person will say, look at how the lady is so disrespectful of the man. Then another person at the same time is saying, look at how this man is disrespecting the woman. You see, it is a value matter. How I see it, I place value and judge. That one is not objective. What you can say is the car has knocked down the girl. Full stop. That is a factual matter. It's objective. But if I say the wicked driver knocked down the innocent girl, this is no longer a factual statement. It is a value judgment. I said the driver is wicked. He has knocked down an innocent girl. Innocence. Wickedness. Who determines that? So when you are listening to the news as a critical thinker, you have to be able to wait. Sometimes the person is reporting fact. Take the facts, you can now interpret it. Sometimes the person is reporting their viewpoint. You have to get that. And don't let it, that is someone's interpretation of what it is. Look, if I'm wearing earrings for someone, these are very beautiful. Another person, it is not a good thing. So in other words, for one person it's good. Another person, don't wear earrings if you're a lady. Who's right and who's wrong? Nobody. For us, unless you belong to that sect. Hey, Gabby, come and close the door. Unless you belong to that sect, you will say it's good. If you don't belong there, you will say it's bad. So whose one should we take? When we don't share the same faith. Someone doesn't think it's good to eat pork. Eating pork is good. Other person says eating pork is not good. Who is right and who is wrong? If you say it's right, then you are looking at it from the point of view of the one who believes that way. If you say it's good, so this is a viewpoint, it's a judgment. It has truth value, it can be true or false, but it depends on who is speaking. It's the subject's point of view, subjective viewpoint. That's value judgment, and I think it's clear. All right, we can go on now so play the videos. I've referenced a video. I said go to Dr. Nancy Miles Gyamfi on YouTube. So you don't tell me that when we were doing Sakai did this and it will help you. As for this one, when we do, generate the link, we put it there. The link will still take you to that same channel. It has been there for, I think, 3 years or so, since 2018 or something. It's there. I have recordings of every semester, the topics we do on critical thinking. Because it's a text, a standard, whatever, the references are there. Look for the UGRC 150 playlist, because I teach other courses, philosophy, level 300, level 200. You are not going to listen to what Socrates or somebody said. So look for the playlist for UGRC. You'll find it there, UGRC 150. There are a lot of subscribers there. Go and find recordings on topics that you are, because there I'm able to expand like this one. I'll put it there. Then you have different versions of examples to help you understand that. Just find it and play. Look for the one on value judgment. Forget whether it's city or D or whatever. The content is the same. Okay, and enrich your narrative. You are doing the chicken stew in the kitchen. Then your thing is on. Earphone in your ears, your phone at your back. They are listening to connotation and denotation, and you are frying your fish, and you are changing diaper at the same time, checking the people at the shop. You can do all, sister. No excuses. So, and you do fine. Okay, let's go quickly and see what we can do.
Doctor, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Hello,
You benefit a lot of people. You see how long it took me to explain to you, because a lot of people will benefit.
Hello.
Yes.
100
Madam,
people.
please,
can
I want
read
to ask
that.
a question.
Perfect explanation.
Don't worry, keep it there.
Hello,
We'll do it shortly. I'll take all the questions shortly. Don't worry at all. Okay, just keep muted and let me explain. So we are on topic 2, which you did, I believe, with tutor Peter AJ. Please don't worry. I take all the questions. When I close the session officially, I have 30 minutes before the next one. I can beg my little ones who are waiting for their branch and tell them that, oh, the money has to sort uncles and aunties. And then we'll use 10 or so minutes to mop up. Just be patient with yourself. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So that I don't get overwhelmed. There's nothing. You should be eager and all that, but don't overwork your heart and your spirit over anything. Okay? I said we will work it out together. Why? So on the screen now, hey, you see the noise? Go and tell them. Otherwise, they'll stop playing the ball. I'm sorry, people. So definitions. We saw from the beginning that every definition has the parts, definiendum and definiens. So a bachelor is an unmarried adult male. We are saying if you don't know who a bachelor is, look at an unmarried adult male. That person is a bachelor. So definiendum, bachelor. Unmarried adult male, definiens. That's what we learned. On your screen now, I want you to take note, and I think Peter would have stressed that for you so many times in his revision with you. He said, look on my screen, please. He said, every definition has 2 parts. Where are we? Oh, please, can you see my screen?
Yes,
yes, yes, please.
Yes, madam.
Yes, please. I've seen it. I got lost. I've seen it. I have about 13.
Yes, please.
I have about 13 shortcuts on my screen. I couldn't find where.
Yes, madam.
So, Matia,
We can see.
Sorry, madam.
Let's continue. So on the screen, you will see that apart from the parts of a definition, which you now know you are experts on, and you can create about 5 definitions and show me definiendum and definiens, and then I can tell you use the definiendum to form a statement that this is how I ask you questions. I'm giving you clues. Use the definiendum of your own statement that you have created to do something, and then now add another statement and tell me whether it's consistent or if you don't know the starting point. Waka. But if you know it today to be flowing, then you are writing. I can stop with Eritrea. Stop with, oh no, hold on, more paper. If you don't know, we don't know. You'll be sitting down. So by the grace of God, you will know. Definiendum, definiens. That one you know, the parts. Now, what you see on the screen is the aspects, the way of understanding definitions, 2 aspects, 2 sides of it. Okay, 2 aspects of a definition. When you define a word, you are doing 2 different things. So if I say, oh no, let's use chair. If I say a chair, to back on this, I think that will help you. Very fast and easy. It's catchy. And I'm sure that you have seen it already. But because of the excuse, I wasn't there, I didn't hear, I like to take you through them and then introduce a new one. Yeah, mop it up nice. See it on the screen. A chair is a furniture we sit on. If I said that, I have given you 1 meaning of the chair. Meaning. But you see that the other ways of using the word chair, that's what you see on your screen. A chair is a furniture we sit on. But when I say the chair of Electoral Commission is coming into our building, I've not said what we sit on at electoral commission is coming into our ability. I didn't say that. I mean, chair understood differently. So the second example you see on your screen for chair is another meaning, or I'm introducing a technical word, so follow me slowly. Another meaning or connotation of a word chair. So on our screen now, we have managed to show you 3 connotations of the word chair, 3 different meanings. Ɛkwan ahodoɔ mmiɛnsa a yɛfa so ɛkyerɛ the word chair ase. Okay? Kind of say 3 different ways you can understand the word chair, or you can use the word chair. That's what it means, the meanings. That is what we call connotation, what it connotes. So when you define, every word or every definition connotes something. Now, if I say a chair is a furniture we sit on, then based on that, if I ask you to show me examples, please follow me, examples of chair. Which sense of the word chair is it that you are talking about? Oh, I mean chair as a furniture we sit on. Oh, okay. Show me examples of the word chair as defined. Then you can point to the chair you are sitting on. That's a particular example of it. Then I can point to the sofa in my room here. That's another example. So the things I'm pointing to as examples of the word chair I arrive at those things by understanding which meaning of chair I'm using. Okay, because chair could mean the other 2 on the screen. But so that's why when I said give me examples of chair, you asked me which meaning of the word chair are you people referring to? What you asked me is simply which connotation. Don't let the technicalities worry you. Which connotation of the word chair are you asking for examples of? Oh, I say, oh, chair connoted as a furniture we sit on. Oh, really? If it is that, then the dining chair that you point to it is one example. This one is also an example. The one, oh, Mickey. Everyone bear with me. It's a Saturday. You can't go to the office and leave the children at home. Why? I told you I'm in a class. You see, so you multitasking. All right. So a chair could be any of the 3. The point is, so the dining hall chair is an example. The one at the salon is an example. The one in the kitchen is an example. All of them are examples of chair, only if you are defining chair as what? The furniture we sit on. So based on the specific notation of the word chair you are using, it will lead us to, I'm introducing another technical term, please respectfully follow me. Based on the connotation, it will lead you to what? The denotation you have in mind. And denotation just means particular examples of it. Particular examples of it. That's what denotation means, nothing much. So what the word connotes leads you to what it denotes. Whenever you define, apart from knowing definiendum and definiens, you must also know the connotation of that word and its denotation based on the example, based on what the word you are using. You should know what it connotes and what it denotes. How will you know the connotation of a word? You ask for it. So if you go and they say, oh, go and bring me examples of chairs you have in that country, and you don't ask for clarification, you go and bring dining hall chair, this one chair, this one, you can come and the people will say, oh, we meant chairs of institutions. So like electoral commissioner, the chair of council of state, the chair of Ghana Pentecostal, the chair. So human beings is the denotation they were looking for. Why you missed it? If it is at the law court, you will give wrong evidence. You will be caught unawares. Charlie, they didn't mean this. So all the report the guy wrote was so heavy. If it is a contract, ashishibo, they will cheat you because you didn't ask for what the connotation of that word is. Because one word could have more than one connotation. Those are the implications. So if you know that definitions have parts and they have aspects, then what? Then your friend should, this is just an extra example, so you shouldn't worry yourself. We will table the event at the next meeting. It's the same thing like the tier one. The rows and columns in the table are different. These are different. Now I'm going to speak that way, so bear with me. These are different connotations of the word table. These are different connotations of the word table. And so you now understand that based on the connotation of the word, you can determine its denotation. If you got that, and I believe you did, then we can now move on to what Peter engaged you with. If that is the case, then sometimes when people are speaking, they make this. They move from one of the meanings of the word to another without notice. Sometimes when people are speaking, they move from one of the connotations. I will ask you, people. My student has made me conscious of that. We move from one of the connotations of the word. That big word connotation, don't let it scare you. It's one way you use the word to the other way you use that same word. And they don't make it show that they have moved from the different meaning of that word to another. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's unintentional. So you, the person listening, or you, the one speaking, the one that has to detect it, or sometimes at the law court, the counsel will rather use it to find its way in, or their bukatao, to outsmart you. So equivocation, you may want to interpret it as a good tool, but it is not necessarily a good tool all the time. Good tool for, say, a rapper. He can be using the same word, but when you say, or you're free, now I did you're free, and you say, you see that you say, wow, the guy is great, because he's moving from the word free as we are free people to the word free as you like free. It's the same word, but connoting different things, you see. So the person who use that will be intrigued by that and will applaud him that, sack, they're wild. Oh, so person there is this, okay? Now the point I'm making is, so you may want to use it positively, but you shouldn't be seen as outsmarting people, or sometimes you shouldn't be committing equivocal, arguments. And I said, especially those who want to pursue law, doctors, what have you. If you are equivocal, you may let people go and misuse, what you had in mind. You would think that you meant this when you didn't mean that. I have an example from Dr. Casey's slide. I want to acknowledge it. He said, and in my other slides, I have them there. I think it's in Unit 3. He says, you go for an interview and they say, as for this job, we want those who are responsible alone to come and do it. This job, we gave it to, we want a responsible person to come and do the job, okay? In other words, we are looking for people who can take up responsibility. Then the guy at the interview who has come for you to, the applicant, says that, oh, then I think I'm the one you are looking for. Remember, the word is, I'm looking for a responsible person for this job. He said, oh, then I'm the one you are looking for. Because where I came from, the company that I used to work in, anytime something got missing, I was responsible. When I saw the example, I laughed. And since I've added it to my examples when I'm projecting on that topic. Think about, we'll do equivocation proper in Unit 3. But I showed you equivocation as a crime that can be committed when people shift the meanings of words. When people shift the connotations of words without notice to their hearer. Okay, so because we're discussing connotation, I brought it there for you to see the errors, see that you see quite a number of them that can be committed when you don't notice that I have moved from the meaning of chair as the object we sit on, and I'm now applying the same word chair, but I'm using it as what? The head of an institution. You see, so I have shifted the meanings. It occurs when you think that because you have heard arguanti, it means whenever you say argue, it means this one. Argue could mean this and it could mean that. One is positive, one is negative. Ethical, ethic. Responsible, responsible. So the guy says, oh, if you are looking for a responsible person, then I'm the one. because where I came from, they sacked me because whenever something is missing, I was responsible. The second one is you were the one who took it. That's the sense of the word responsible. That is, you the applicant, you are using. And what they are looking for is someone who takes care of things, make sure things are well done. So the word is the same. The meanings are not the same. So the guy's response is equivocal. He's committing equivocation. We'll see quite a number of them in Unit 3, patiently but steadily. So if you are able to, the slides are there, then you engage it before the session. So by the time we come, you need it. When we are learning and we have enough time, I love to tell you the essence of knowing these things to apply in your discipline. Okay, avoid equivocation. You can save the whole nation if you are going to engage IMF or something. You see the word, you take it to me. Oh, we have free this. The free here. The earlier example showed you. That's free SHS, which we all love. And let's use the woman and man debate again. Ghana is a free country. Doesn't mean you can get up and enter into someone's kitchen and take their food. That it is freely given. When I say free turkey, am I saying free the nation turkey? We see all of those in ambiguity and whatever. Free the nation turkey, or I have free turkey meat for you to come and eat, or free, So the word can have different connotations, which you must notice. And that is what we showed you. So not just the parts of a definition, but the different aspects of it. And then now we are on the screen for what? The types. We are still on definitions, Unit 2. So that you don't go and get busy. You don't know how to make things meaningful to the people. You are presenting a product. You can't make it meaningful. How will you market it? You are a brand manager. Look at the name of the brand. To me, but then the scholastic masses. But another person's brand is Momo. Momo. So even you see Ghana, if we are looking for newspaper, we call everybody says photographic mommy. Then the person has which graphic. My graphic is only one. Pepsodent. So Pepsodent mommy one. Then you ask. That means buy Pepsodent for. Then the person has which one? The branding. You see, it has to be catchy. You have to stipulate. Find something that the people propara. Instead of paracetamol, the artesunate, amodiaquinone. Find a name, ATTC. It will be catchy. So you have to know definitions. It even whips up enthusiasm. You see, for the different, the different types of definitions here. You want to teach the child how to eat. Teach the child in a way that he or she can pick. So you see that you think we are learning just lines of things. They have implications. You go and play the recording why? So that you get it. Maybe you can hear the elaborations and what have you, and then you say, oh wow. The reason why maybe this my boy cannot understand 2 + 3 is because perhaps I'm being too theoretical. +3 teacher. Why a theory? Maybe the reason why I am getting a lot of depth, I'm recording a lot of depth in this my consultation or my hospital is because before I tell the patient that, oh, you have a state of heart, something. I'll start by saying, I've checked, I've contracted stethoscope, so as if you are talking to your colleague doctor. The person is a patient, he has no clue on what, even your demeanor, they can say, before you finish, the person died. Spiritually. Then you say, oh, it is also called common cough. It is like this. Why wouldn't you start telling the person that you have a condition that is like cough? Start from the known to the unknown. You have to learn this to know that. So it will show in church, in your politics, in your international relations, in your family situation, in economics, definitions. That's why the whole one type of declarative is what? A Unit 2 for us to discuss. Making meaning in the way that people will understand. So look at the first type that we want to remind ourselves of. Lexical definitions. Meanings that you get from the dictionary. You don't understand. I say, look it up in the dictionary. That's lexical. Finish. From the word lexicon. They are done. So there are ways that can make you come to know an unknown word or an unknown term. How? I'll tell you to look it up in the dictionary. Finished. How about ostensive definition? I can point to something to give you meaning. So if I don't know water, I'll say we don't know water. Water is, look inside the dictionary. And what the dictionary is, water is a colorless, odorless liquid that forms the trust of blah, 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 blah. Finished. The person will know water. If I want to show the person what water is ostensively, I can point to a bottle of water sitting on my table and say, you see that thing inside the bottle over there, that is water. I'm pointing to give the person meaning. Or I can demonstrate. So let's use something that we can demonstrate to show. That show you what ostensive definition is. You make meaning to the person by what? Doing it. That logo is this, that, this. Then you do it. I'm making meaning ostensively. At certain time, that is a better way to make meaning than plenty talk. Okay? You want to teach someone how to drive or how to fix that type of hair, rasta or something. It's not plenty talking. Do it. Do then let the person see. Oh, you're not all shit. Then you can add the third one. Let me see. The third one, which is what? Operational. Operational definition gives the steps that will take the person to the unknown word. Oh, you don't know fufu. Buy cassava. Buy plantain. Cut it into pieces. Remove the blah, blah, blah. Wash it. Put it in a saucepan. Add water. Boil it. Strain the water off. So when it's tender, strain the water, blah, blah. Now pound it in a mortar and pestle, or some blend it now. Blend it. Make sure it has a good consistency by applying water as you stay. Okay, now mold it into dumplings. You can eat it with what we have is what we call fufu. I may not even be there. I'm only showing you the steps. So I'm giving you an operational meaning of the word fufu. But I could have also pointed at it in front of the restaurant and said, you want to try maybe an expatriate? You want to try fufu? Say, fufu, what's fufu? You say, you pointed at this one. This one is fufu. What I'm doing, pointing to, is also ostensive. And then the one that shows the meaning by giving the steps is operational. Then the lexical one is looking inside. Then we have the stipulating. In Ghana here, apologies to anyone called John. But you know that in Ghana here, if people want to say something to hurt you, look at the number of people who have been president in Ghana called John. But here, they can tell you, we are John, Papa. That use of the word John, as we stipulated, we agreed to use it. That when I say we agree, it becomes a jargon for users, those who use it. When we say John, we are trying to say something else in deviation of the original use of that word that is accepted lexically. See, if I say charge at Legon campus, vandals among the Commonwealth, it doesn't mean go and take your charger, which we know that to be charging your phone. It means demonstration. So if you are not a member or you are not associated with the users of that jargon, you will be lost in Babylon. Pantman girls will say, Osmo, they check when I was a student then. Osmosis. You think we are talking about your science that you have learned in osmosis, the transfer of the movement of water molecules from the region of whatever. That's not what we need. You can be there, we'll sell you. You see, these are all stipulative meanings. What is it then? Meaning that members, members, it is used by a group of people. It's not necessarily official, but it becomes an accepted way for those who use it. They call it that way. So if you go and think of it in the everyday use of it, you will make an error. That is stipulative definition. Okay. So I've used John. Look at Ghana, Dumso. Dumso. It is a stipulative meaning. Sometimes it's between two people. So I can tell the class rep or my friend that if I tell you, I come to class and I'm teaching, I say I want water. All these things I'm saying, the examples I use all the time. You hear them in almost every recording on this unit. If I tell the class I want water, when I come to class and I tell you I want water, it means I want apetition. The local gym at the back of the house, you see that woman, that's what I'm asking for. Eh? So when I say water, that is what I mean. It has become a stipulative definition. It has become a stipulative definition between me and the rep, or the rep and I. If I'm teaching and I say it in front of all of you, please, class rep, get me water. You all will think of water in the general sense of it that we know. It has an original meaning, you see. But between myself and the rep, we have taken the known word and we are using it our own way. So it is stipulative. I think you understand that now. Okay. Then theoretical, theory-based. That one, that meaning I give you, you have to understand a whole academic discipline to be able to make meaning. So it is not for everyone. It's theory-based. And it is not merely a jargon. If it's a jargon at all, it's an institutionalized jargon. Amicus curia. When the man went to say, everybody say, hey, they are saying no. Those who know knew it. And it is not a joke. It is a legal term. Thank you, laugh, my brother. And I am ready. Normally, I wouldn't do that, but the class size is big. Now, you will be reading, I'll be talking. And then I use quite some time, to help people. So it's as if you are mostly. Yes. If you check online, you see my class is always, everybody is talking. It's good for me. But now we have a very big class and we want people to understand. Then when we get the understanding, we take off. Then it's fine. Feel free and laugh. Why? When you finish, then you mute. Amicus curia. What is that? The guy is talking to people who know. And this talking is not the jargon type. The jargon type for everyday users. This one is jargon for an academic or institutionalized body. Okay. So if our IMF or our economists say Ghana's inflation, they are not talking about going to inflate balloon. Share. They are speaking a technical term. They may say, inflation. If you are not part of that academic or institutionalized setting, you won't understand, and you shouldn't. Don't worry your head to. Let those who understand come and talk to tell us. In the same way, if we come to courses like philosophy, which out of which this course is coming from, if we talk about arguments, it is not exchange of words. Dispute. You will see it when we get to unit 3 or 4, topic 3 or 4. It's in your slides there. It's not dispute. Say, make I say, argue. If I say you like argument in critical thinking, it's a positive quality. It means you don't say things without giving evidence or premises to support it. So the person argues. How he argued. If you listen to Kusi Pratt, how he argued, it is positive. Ghana people, when they hear that, when I say Ghana people, no disrespect intended. I'm talking about someone who is not tutored in that area, who think that they say that he likes arguing too much, you come and spoil our thing. Another connotation of the word argue is what the person is using. So back to where we are, still theoretical. I'm saying that certain terms have theory behind it. So that definition you see there, you won't understand it unless they give you the background. Look at when I say water is H2O. You all know it. 2 molecules of hydrogen, a little, not you all. I mean, quite a number of us know. When you say water, the equivalent is 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen at room temperature. How do we write it? Water is H subscript 2. Then O, it's not 0, it's O, then there should have been subscript 1, but because it is taken for granted, they don't put it there. And already that assumes that we are at room temperature. The temperature shouldn't be too hot or too cold. Why? If it's too hot, it will no longer be water, it will become vapor. Put water on fire and see, it will become vapor. And then if you put it in the fridge and it's too cold, it will become block. What it tells you is that when you see water is H2O, it's a technical term. 2 molecules of hydrogen. We had a chemistry lab, Sister Adwa, that I am now cooking my banku. And it is, I've said banku 3 times. I think I should try it today. I'm stirring banku on the fire, and it is burning. And I want water to pour behind it. And I'm calling the house assistant or someone. I don't have one, but say I'm saying yeah or something. Yeah. Then I said, yeah, bring me H2O. Bring me H2O. Am I correct? Because I'm a professor of whatever. Apologies, my chemistry proof, but say I'm a professor in chemistry. So I say, bring me H2O. How will Yaya understand H2O? Yaya. Innocent Yaya came to help me. She does the fashion thing or come at the fine. She can so nicely. But your chemistry and H2O thing, how will she come and help you deliver your bank from the hands of the enemy? Tell her, Yaya, get me water as your brain. Or if you have water in the cup or a bowl over there, point at it, give it to me, take this for me. It is still meaningful. You are making proper meaning than where you are showing that you are Professor Maths. The point then is so far, and I'm trying to wrap up nicely, even in the revision. You see what I'm doing? To mop up for you. You should know the type of definition to call for at what time. So the child comes to you and says, Mommy, Auntie says we should come and ask Mommy, what is color red? Don't tell him, oh, color red is a color. He already told you it is color red. So you know it's a color. What is it? Are you going to say color red is the color you get? What are you going to say? Are you going to be theoretical? Or you are going to move, or violet is the color you get when you mix, two, this, when you mix blue with this. Masa, abofrano on tiase. So sometimes that is the problem. It's not that the children adapt. Look at how Montessori teaches. Proper Montessori, not Montessori make believe. You enter the setting in the school there, and I'm wrapping up. Okay. You enter there, I have already given you my time, but it's fine, don't worry. Look, from the entrance, if they are going to learn apple today, they will bring apples in a bowl. It doesn't have to be plenty, and then people don't understand. There will be apple pictures all around. The children have pictures. That day is apple tree. You see how long we have spent on this one, but you will know it. I tell you, 30 years to come, you can remember this and the examples around it and apply it. Because there's no rush. And there are pictures, so you view them. There are demonstrations. We dance. We can even wear apple dresses. The children will be coloring some are coloring red apple, green apple. They come and bite some and eat. The point is, there's demonstration. There is participation. You are pointing to people are referencing. When you go and ask mommy this, you make the impact. You want to sell your product, you have reached there. The people you are addressing are my uncles and aunties, fisher folks, giving us fish to eat. But this your plenty brofu you are standing there speaking. The people can't hear. You are going for evangelism. The place you are doing the evangelism is Lamami, or give me a typical like Bukumbanku, my friend's area, my friend online. He doesn't know me, but I like him from a distance. Not everything about him, but the way he makes me laugh. So I'm going to say, yeah, talk over somewhere. Yeah, I tell you, when you see me anyway, tell him that I say salute. They should be patient with him for us, we beg. Listen, Choco or somewhere, you are going to sell a product there. Who's a guarantee? What you are going to sell is maybe a SIM card or something. You are showing them that they should use this because you know there are a lot of people there. But bro, plenty. You're dressing, you can't come near you, not because you are anything beyond them, but you are not assimilating. You have to be meaningful. If you are going for or maybe that's the 2 lines of English you learn. Okay, please, can I have your attention? Okay, I have something to show you. Yeah, okay, it's a working gear. You are wearing your fisher folks cap. I love that woman there. You wear their things, so they feel that you are one of them. You have to make meaning. You want to teach people COVID-19 protocols. You can't stand. We don't want you to contract the testosterone. This is this of the testosterone. People look at you and wow, they are impressed and clapping. They got nothing. They are just impressed. You want to give theoretical definitions from start to finish. Look at our community health nurses. They go there, whatever comes to open and go, okay, everybody will be let's take it that this is young fan that the parents and by the fireside. We are going to do something to show you. I like that when I see it. Even the fire service people, when they are doing the simulations, they say it's so practical and easy, no technicality, no bro. Then go and take the extinguisher out there, go and extinguisher. Then they lock their mind. They are there, but they are not hearing anything. The thing has become plenty. Can't you stipulate? Stipulate means let's take it that what we are going to talk about is Qatar. Say Qatar, the BN. Not that the person that doesn't speak English. She's looking for the target group. So okay, let's take it as Qatar. We're going to talk. So if I say COVID, whatever that is so long, think in your head like the way you think of Qatar. But you onto the Qatar pepe. This one is not like exactly Qatar. Okay, so this is how you go. If you want to wash your hands, watch. Do this, then you do it. What you are doing is which type of definition? Ostensive. Then you are at the same time using your mouth to give the instructions alongside. So ostensive, operational. Put together, then once in a while, give the theoretical background. So the theory should come down. The practical should be more. When I say practicals, I mean make the thing meaningful to the child. This is how to brush your teeth. Or go and bring a rotten teeth. Make believe one or original one. If you are the teacher, the science teacher, bring it to the class. Then call all the teachers, maybe group by group, 5 at a time. Have you seen this teeth? This is the dentist. Then it was nasty. Yeah, you say yes. If you don't want your teeth to be like this, in the morning, simple. You will see that makes more meaning than when you come and stand before the children. You see, children who don't brush their teeth, they are premolars, and the canine will meet with the auntie. The auntie, we really know that our teacher knows it, but we can't apply anything. So if you understand these different ways of giving meaning, you will mix them. Sometimes the salon, are cutting sometimes cut it. Okay, cut it to the right. This is the hairdresser showing the apprentice or the cut it. No, don't do it that way. What I'm doing is operational. I'm there so that she can do it herself. So I'm giving the the water is too hot. If you do that, you burn the woman's head. When you do it, look, then you come. Now you have stopped talking a little. You come and take the water. You fetch a little bit of this, fetch a little bit, and pour this one inside. If you take 2 of this and 1 of this, it will be. So you are saying it and doing operational, what? Ostensive. When if you see we are trying to do this here, the one over there, look at it. There's your point. Ostensive. You say you don't know. Wait, woman the dictionary. Take the dictionary, look inside. We say go and buy Clayton, not this one, because the people say they want to bleach. Clayton, look for the meaning for her. So by the time the person finishes, you have imparted. It is meaningful to her now. Not plenty talking. Okay. So I'm going to round off now. How about the theoretical? If they call you at IMF, our big man goes there. He is not supposed to go and be pedestrian. He's supposed to go there and show his stuff. He must show the people that he know what's up, because the people that are bosses in the area. If you go for an interview, you are not going there to be, okay, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that, accounting is this. Look on my paper now. No, here, the people sitting there are experts. So that place, you don't go and teach the way I'm teaching. In other words, don't go and impart the way I'm imparting, because I'm trying to make it meaningful today. They already know. That's what you do in exam. So you have to show your stuff. So there's a place for theoretical posturing. That is what happens at the law court. So when we go and we say amicus curiae, objection, my lord, counsel is committing petitio principii, sustained. So you'll be sitting there because of the law court issues, the elections. We have seen some in recent times. And sometimes we watch and say, hey, I want to be a lawyer. Because I see plenty, you understand? Amicus curiae, objection, my lord, petitio principii, ad hominem this. It is intentionally so. We will all be lawyers in Ghana. So that is the place for it. The judge cannot say, hold on. Please, all the things you said, you see the people in the courtroom that they don't understand it. Bring pictures, let us use it. No. It's not a place for that. You want a grant. You're going to win grants for Ghana or a project. So the students amongst you. You have to show that you know that is the place you talk. The sicknesses that are killing us in Ghana are stereotype of the promocules of the this, of the that place. You for sure that, brother. So you need, there's a place for theoretical definitions also. That is why none is useless. And so you see how because I'm going to ask you questions on this. All the places that I highlighted, I know you have done it already, but my boss was because I'll ask you to practically show when you need, for example, which definition for which place and why. Which combinations will you use and why? Okay, how will you improve upon whatever and why? If you were to give meanings to this, so how will you do it? Which one will you apply? That is what critical thinking is. Not for you to do 2 poor person. Okay, who can do this one? Snapshot 1. What the question is? So it's not that, it's the impact you are able to make with it that we are trying to get across. So you see that after that, you yourselves told me that Peter took you through real definitions, showed you terms that have open texture because different people will have their own meanings of it, and you cannot begrudge them. Why? I'm sorry. You cannot begrudge them because it has. This is coming from value judgment versus factual statement, which I showed you earlier. So certain terms are value oriented. Don't worry about the big words. I've been in school for some time now, and I've finished first degree. I've done second degree. I've done third degree, and I'm still degree and burning. You know what it means. So don't worry at all. The young too shall grow. If that is what is making you feel like, hey, value oriented, and yes, I know the others two are very good. It just means that there are points of views in those terms. I hope that we are safe. Okay, so if you have terms that have different point of views like this, those who have to go and no problem. We still have over 700. It's strange. Hey, and it's strange. It's really impressive. I hope that you keep at it, not only because of the numbers, but you are engaging the content. We are recording. I'm trying to work on them immediately and then send them to you, at least so that you can start revising. I'm ending with that. Listen, if it is value oriented, then the term will be what? Open textured. Look at family. When we go to church, we say it's a family. Because you like my brothers and sisters, our ex-president of blessed memory will say, brothers and sisters, he's addressing the nation. The man is my grandfather type. Then, okay. Yet he's addressing, when we go to church, I sit with people that are elderly to me, but we still address them brethren in the Lord, brothers and sisters. So because we think of the church as a family, born by the same blood, Christ's blood. That is the sense of family we are using. So it's open texture. Remember value judgment. It has different viewpoints for different people. It's not a well-defined term. So even in when we say democracy, so we have given you some examples. Look over the those definitions are open texture. That's all the point I'm making. They have different perspectives to it. Whereas look at fidelity. I use that a lot. If you were a Christian of a certain group, not all Christians, you went to marry one and had a flower. See, you people say forest plus garden. So your wife is there, but you have some sister behind. They'll say you are an infidel if we found out. But for some other people too, even if you have 5, you can take care of them. It is still a sign of fidelity. Whose own is right and who's right? The same thing that was happening with value judgments. What is happening here? So what? So certain terms, certain words are open textured or open class concepts. They allow for different meanings. When I say different meanings, take note. That are all right in the same discipline. Yes. When I say they're all right, they all apply. I just showed you instances. Look at America's democracy, and look at Ghana's democracy, and look at what British. One runs a monarchy plus whatever. The other one runs liberal, then the parliamentarian. This. The other one runs different one, but they are all democracies. So if you are discussing them, look, I'm just enjoying justice. For some place, when you take somebody's thing, one hand off, I don't know if they still do it. I'm told that that's Sharia. They'll cut off the hand. That's just. For another place, when you take one, they will say kose. When you take 2, don't do that again. When you take 3, hey, you are still doing it. Be careful. When you take 4, look at how many times people jam traffic in Ghana. America, traffic offense, they will catch you. Go 3 days time. By the time you come, they have deducted it from your check. Justice is defined different. It has different ways of understanding. That is why its essence is contestable. What it stands for really can be contested. You can argue about what it really is because I have my view, you have yours, he has his, they have his, and all apply. So what we do, and these terms often occurs in the social sciences, humanities, so all these other courses. So we are working at getting at a better view together. So we are improving that view as we engage. We talk, then we make it better. Oh, family should be this. No, I think family should be that. That is what the discourse around these humanities and social sciences that we all are in is for. So you cannot come and impose your view on people without arguing your case out. That is it. But for the well-defined disciplines, like, look at your screen, like mathematics, like logic, what we are doing is critical thinking. So the logic bit is the 2, but it's broader. When we are doing the logic of it, like Unit 6, modus ponens, modus tollens, those places, you can't have your own meanings. In maths, you can't say you, for you alone. Now, even number has become a number that divides 3 equally. No. But in sociology, we can have connotations of family. So you see Africans, how we do our weddings and our marriages. Let's say our marriages. You can't go and stand somewhere and say, someone will say, oh, she's my sister. And this person is uncles, sisters, brothers, grandmothers, sisters, grandsons, then the daughter. But she says she's my sister because of the notion of family. So the sociology course can't have a certain one definition and say that is what it is. And so everybody should shut up and listen. No. But mathematics and some aspects of physics, those studies are called deductive. They deduce. Okay, so it's a closed system. You see that this one, those disciplines, they do not allow for, when I say they do not, it's not because they are powerful or something. No, logic is one of them. I do that. It's not power. Say, oh, yeah, powerful. No. It is because they are the tools that we use to. So 2 plus 3. So I have 2 oranges at the market. I buy 2 oranges and I buy 3 oranges in addition. I bought 5 in all. And therefore I have to pay this. They are the tools for everyday living. You see, they are the tools we use So they have to be fixed. Their meanings are fixed. So those disciplines, the words there are closed concepts, not open. They have fixed meanings. If you want to do math and you say even number, whether in Ghana, Afghanistan, Zaire, wherever, even number is what it is. Maybe you have a translation. That is why we can import things. The quantity doesn't take 2 kilograms, it's 2 kilograms. Because the meanings of those things are closed. But when you are doing family, or you are doing justice, or you are doing democracy at the law court, they say talk, make I talk. Why do we review our laws every year? Or every time? Maybe 6 years. Because we go and think about it again. It is an open class, not a closed one like this. So definitions have well-defined terms. There are terms that are well-defined and others that are what? Open class concept. Now the second class will beat me up, so I really have to end. I think so see, then you saw the problems, and I'm sure you revise them a bit more. See the trials, questions. These are all in the textbook. Instead of giving me meaning, then you come in. You are coming to repeat the same thing. Look at this example and point. The fourth one, development is to develop the nation. I don't understand development. Give me the meaning. I say development is to develop the nation and then back on developmental project so that the nation becomes developed like the developed nations. And so we should clap for it. He said nothing. You said nothing, no one. You are just going in circles. You didn't give us meaning. You repeated the definiendo and the definitions. Watch, that is secularity, the problem. Then sometimes instead of giving us the meaning of the word, you point to just an instance. So we say your definition is too narrow. If I told you that a human being is a man, that can be factual. But suppose I told you that is a definition. Tell me the problem with it. A human being is a man. The definiendo is what? Human being. What's the definition? A man. A human being is a man. If I turn it and I say a man is a human being, then it has changed. The definiendum has become what? A man. Remember, the definiendum is the unknown word. Where I use bachelor, it's an unmarried adult. So if I say a human being is a man, I'm telling you that if you don't know human being, look at man. What will happen? Now I won't call women human beings again. So that definition will be narrow. What kind of it's too narrow. You have excluded people that should be there in your set, the way you defined it. So if I don't know what a human being, I say, Doc, please, what is a human? Who is a human being? I say, oh, a human being is a man. I said this is factual as well. But suppose I gave you that as a definition. And you have to diagnose it to find what is wrong or right with it. This definition will be what? Narrow. Because I said, if you don't know human being, look at man. We have left out women who are also human beings. That's what makes it a narrow definition. But if I said, oh, what is a dog? And I tell you, oh, a dog is a four-legged animal. What have I done? If you see goat coming, you say, hello, dog. If you see lion, you call lion dog. Everything that has 4 legs, you will call it a dog because of how I defined it. That will be broad. Well done, say. It will be broad. That is how you diagnose. So remember the time I told you about definiendum and definitions. It is to help you when we start doing problem. You are detecting problem. If a teacher did this, you see the trouble will cause for your children or us. The same with the doctor. If he told you, oh, any painkiller, they say, oh, doc, please, what do you mean by painkiller? They say, oh, painkiller is para. Now, when the woman goes to the pharmacy and they say, oh, there's no para, but I want to give you diclofenac or this. Say, hey, doctor, see, para. Unless you want him or her to take para, say that. Like you say painkiller, and say painkiller, you can say, oh, any medicine that will ease your pain. Para is one of them. Then the person will go knowing that there are options. That is the implication. When you see it like this, as if narrow, broad, it has implications. Some homes are being destroyed because of how the counselor engaged them. You just gave an instance. So you haven't given what represents the whole definiendo. Say that so that the person will know that it is an instance of it that has been given. So too broad means you are saying if you don't know the definiendo, look at the definitions. And by the time you go and look, lo and behold, my brothers and sisters in the Lord, someone has been left out from the way it was defined, then it will become what? Too narrow. And if others too have been brought in from the way it was defined, we say it's too broad. And if you didn't add anything at all, you just repeated yourself. To be famous is to be well known. Oh, but that one, who is a famous person? Oh, a famous person is the person who is well known. That is not, it's secular. There's a problem with it. Because famous already means well known. Okay? So you just repeated yourself. It doesn't always have to be when you use the same word. Sometimes it is exactly what is being said differently. Okay, exactly. Okay. So example, and then I think we are done. Some of the new group members have joined the group, whatever members have joined us. So that's why I'm continuing like that. But I'll start from where they got on. That is okay. Then the vague one, where you are not specifying, then we'll say you are being vague. Or where you are not specifying exactly what you are defining. Sometimes you have stopped defining, you are being look at the one there. Volta ladies are snobs. A Volta lady is a snob. It means if you come from Volta. The example that we put in the textbook was in reference to the Volta Hall ladies, not even the original one, the textbook one. They are snobs, like they snob people. It is not a definition. I'm not even defining it. It has become a value judgment. But sometimes we say democracy is freedom for all. That's the definition someone has. What is democracy? Oh, democracy is when when there's freedom for all. That is vague. Vague means it's so general that it doesn't give you a reference. It's so general. Democracy for all what? Excuse me, freedom for all what? What is the freedom you are talking about? Everybody should do what they like. When I get up and the traffic light shows red, I should drive on. This is a democratic country. When we are talking, you don't want us to talk. Oh, no restrictions. If there were no restrictions, the sisters won't cross in front of that house safely like that. Because some brother will consume her basa before she gets to the junction. So what do you mean by this freedom for all? Dr. Anis thing said, freedom for all what? Animals, all human beings, all armed robbers. What is freedom for all? It's vague. Put flesh to it. So that is when you could, especially when people use language figuratively. On that note, I'll pause here with the tutorial session, and I'll be confident that for Unit 1, a majority of us, if not all of us, have enough content that if they will stretch a little bit further, they will do fine. And then for Unit 2, Tutor Peter has taken you through them extensively. I think Dr. Morgan's group couldn't meet last Saturday. We had a schedule the whole of Saturday, but he finished earlier, except that he didn't remember. And some of you also went for your orientation. I got a few of those. That's why I have engaged the way I've done. So that people don't, because I made the orientation, the questions all came from the orientation. Hey, only a bad workman quarrels with his tools. So we have done everything patiently as if this is lecture 1. Now you know the parts of the definition, you know the types of definitions, you can explain them from ideal definition. We have seen open textured terms versus well-defined terms. Then we have moved on to look at what some problems that we can identify with definitions. Even in understanding connotation and denotation, we were able to leap one step up and look into our Unit 3 a little to see some problems that equivocation can cause us. And this is where we are. When we meet, God willing, subsequent, these are examples. When we meet subsequent weeks, see where we are. Unit 3, we'll understand types of discourse. Discourse is discussions. And so I'm telling you that you are prepared before you come. I respect you, wherever you are. But when if you don't speak, I just say that, but you are all precious. So please, Unit 3, engage what I put on the slide. Read the slides, engage content. And then when we meet, it will be smooth for all of us. Then we can make some good grounds. I'll take the question, but I want the questions to open up for the next session. So don't leave if you want to ask the questions and you are in group 1. I'll just stop the recording so that group 1 can have their. If we continue to be 4 hours or 5 hours, who will listen to all? It'll be too much. If I pause it, then you know that this is for Unit 1, group 1. But group 2 people have joined. It's the same link I use. They have joined. So whilst you are asking your questions, they are also warming up. And then some of them will benefit. Thank you for a wonderful week. All the best. Take care for group 1. I pause. Now I can take questions. Let me stop this recording. Then the questions will be the introduction